Thank you, everyone, for getting in here, by the way. Thank you for the ones that I can see. There's a lot of legends getting in here. Hey, guys, Mark Harris, Madhouse, Stuart Alderson. What's going on, bud, there? MUFC Charlie, Johan Van Angeren, Busy the Boost, Fire Up, Jason Green, Kingslayer, K Slater, Amit Kumar, C Talentless, FIFA Gamer, MUFC Charlie again there, Kieran, everyone. Thank you so much for getting in here for this stream. We are live now. There was an issue at the start there. Not sure what happened, but thank you very much for getting in. I've got to move this out of the way as well. But yeah, thank you very much for getting in the stream tonight. Really appreciate you getting in. Do us a favor at the start of the show. Smash that thumbs up button. Give it a juicy like. Also, share it around on social media if you're that way inclined. That'd be much appreciated. Hey, Mark Harris, what's going on? New avatar, lad. Frey Bentos time. Where's Luke Shaw? I haven't seen him. If you want a Frey Bentos, go ask Luke. But anywho, so let's get into the news. Yeah, as I say, drop a thumbs up on this video and get yourselves involved, my friends. It's a fully interactive show. We've got a great community of legends in here, aka the Gammon Gang. So make sure you get yourself and your thoughts and opinions in there. Hey, Reaper. Hey, Rushmano. Hey, Amy Evans. NK Shooter. Fire Up. He says, let's get 100 likes, please. Thank you very much, dude. We've already smashed 50, guys. So you guys are absolutely amazing. Appreciate you all. Right, so, you know, we did a video this afternoon. We're discussing the latest news. We've got some, guys. Right, okay, fair enough. I think there's just some sort of bugs in the system tonight, guys. I mean, we just disconnected for a second there. It's come back. Not sure what's happening. But hey, we'll try and soldier on, my friends. If there's any issues, just let us know, and we can hopefully address them. You're here for you. Okay, nice one. You're buffering, Scottberg. Yeah, there's a bit of an issue. Just give it a refresh, dudes, if you need to, but I'm not too sure what's going on there. It's just some sort of gash-up gremlin in the system, mate. I wouldn't be surprised if the Glazers have been on to Richard Beardy Branson and tried to, you know, convince him to, like, cut funding or something, or just cut the amount of expenditure that they're making on their services, you know. It wouldn't surprise me. But let's turn down the output resolution a little bit there. Maybe that'll help. Marky Harris, thank you for a super chat at the start of the show tonight, mate. Appreciate that. He says, Frenkie de Bentos living rent-free in Eric's head. He does seem to be pretty obsessed with this guy. He's his main target, isn't he, to be fair? And he's going for him. And he's taking, you know, the first part of this whole portion of this transfer window focused, it seems anyway, pretty much on the De Jong situation. So, hey, Mark Harris, thank you so much. Guys, can we get a sue in the chat there from Mr. Marky Harris? Thank you very much for the super chat there. Yeah, that's right. Give it a cheeky little refresh. So, folks, let's get into the news. So, you know, we've got a bit of information that's coming out, guys, you know, that says that Manchester United are essentially looking to make a new increased bid very, very soon. It's basically been the same case for a couple of days, but, you know, new info, new sources, new different, you know, outlets reporting that Man United are going to be going in for a new bid for Frenkie de Jong very soon. It's going to be an increased offer. So hopefully it's, you know, enough to convince Barcelona to sell him to us, because imagine a universe where Man United actually don't get Frenkie de Jong this summer. It'd be pretty pathetic, wouldn't it, just to see us bottle it out and not be able to get even Frenkie de Jong in after pursuing him for so long. So it's important that United just pay the money, really, and get this deal done. We don't want to be bent over, but you've got to try and go and get your guy and give Ten Hag what he wants. And like Marky Harris said, he's living rent-free in his head. He needs this guy in there because that's like his player that he wants to run that midfield. And if he does get him in there, I think just psychologically, Ten Hag will be feeling much better about his team and sort of the way he can play, and he'll have more confidence in the players. Because right now, if he's looking at that midfield with Scotty McTominay, a.k.a. fucking Wurzel Gummidge, the Scarecrow, fucking losing straw all over the place as he's running around the pitch, he will see that he can't really control a ball whatsoever. He might be able to scare off a crow, but he's not able to actually, you know, pass or thread through a ball at all, is he, this lad? So Scott McTominay out. Let's get somebody else in there, you know. But this team is in need of some TLC. I think that has to be said. He's going to have to a degree, get the best out of some of the gash players that are there at the moment as well. So, you know, people like Fred and people like Rashford and some of these players that maybe could fall by the wayside, but also will be given an opportunity for him, I think. So it's going to be one of those guys. We'll see if how many of these, you know, like how many of these farmers, I'm going to call them farmers, guys, because they should be playing in farmers leagues with a pitchfork in their hand, going around, sauntering around Serie A League One or something. You know, people like Scotty McTominay. So we need to improve and get these guys in there. De Jong is massively high up on the list for Ten Hag. And that is what we're working on right now, folks. We're also supposedly working on a few other deals, which we'll get into in a moment. But look, 75 million quid plus add-ons, guys. I mean, it's going to be around about 80 million euros. I mean, that seems pretty realistic, guys. Pretty realistic. 70 million pounds for this guy. That is the figure that United should be paying. 70 million pounds. Pay the money. Let's get this guy done. Let's stop fanning around all summer long. I'm sick and tired of it. Come on, we can get a deal done with Barca here for 70 mil. Guys, have a vote in the live chat. How much money would you pay for Frenkie de Jong to Barca? Mark Harris has sent in another super chat. Thank you, mate. He says, Frenkie will be man-marked out of the game. It's bollocks, says Mark Harris. Frenkie will be man-marked out of the game. It's bollocks. Which game you're talking about, mate? I mean, I don't get it. Which game you're talking about? Also, you know, was Paul Scholes marked out of the game? Do you know what I mean? Just because he's a little fellow, he's not the most physical of fellows, doesn't mean he's going to be marked out of the game. His passing will be able to unlock the opposition defence. He is a classy player, mate. He is somebody that can control the ball and can dictate the play and be a deep-line playmaker as well. So, you know, I would say, which game are we talking about here? You know what I mean? That's a little bit pessimistic view to take already. Loads of people saying 75 million. Okay, 75 million, nice one. Yeah, I'd say it's a reasonable amount, you know, to pay for him maximum. 70 million and a penny, says Malp. 75 sounds fair, says a Busy the Beast. 75 says the Vutinator. Ghost 98 thinks he's overpriced, agree. Well, if we pay any more than 70 million pounds, then he's overpriced. Mark Harris says every game. Well, I mean, not every game he's going to be marked out of the game, is he? Maybe in some games, if he's got like a full-on, you know, I don't know, Kante on it. But also he's going to be playing deeper, so he should get a bit more time. You know, he's not exactly right up there, is he? So, I don't know. I think he will get plenty of time on the football and he should be okay. Nas says we're buffering. Really? Mate, what's going on, bro? Palmerius says 65 million. What's going on there, Dean M? I hope you're all good tonight, mate. And Johan van Angeren as well. Much love to you, bud. I don't know what's going on there. YouTube's just shut the bed, it seems, baby. But do us a favour and boost us up there if you can by smashing that thumbs up button, because it seems this stream is destined for gashness. Maybe it's a sign of this window at Manchester United. Maybe it's a sign of things to come. That's what I mean. Everything's just sort of, this is a bad omen, isn't it, folks? We're talking about these new potential signings, and even the fucking internet's gashing it up at the moment. So it seems like we're just doomed. We're doomed in this window to bring anybody in. It's fine now. Okay, fantastic, guys. Fantastic. Thank you very much. The stream's fine, says Robin. Okay, then. Right, well, it's fake news then, guys. It's fake news. Clickbait shite. That's what it is. Okay, right. Anyway, guys, so we're hopefully ready in a bid for Frenkie de Jong very, very soon. 75 million euros plus add-ons. They want 80 million euros. Will Man United pay that? 70 million quid. Will we pay that? It's a huge amount of money. I mean, it's a possibility, isn't it? I think we sort of have to now. If really we want to back Ten Hag and give Ten Hag what he wants. The important thing is that Ten Hag has a way of playing that he wants to go about, and he has a certain type of player that he wants to go and get. And he has identified Frenkie de Jong as being the guy to do the business for him. And so, like the Dutch Stone Cold Steve Austin, he is. He wants to open up a can of whoop-ass on the Premier League with Frenkie de Jong in the centre of the midfield. And the only way he's going to do that really is to get Frenkie de Jong and have a really good quality technical player that he knows and likes. Yeah, there's some other good technical players we could get as well, but clearly Ten Hag wants to get de Jong in. Nice one, Scott Berg. Thank you very much for that, bud. Yeah, Robin. Good evening there, Cockney Red. I hope you're very good, my son. I hope you're very good. Thank you, all of you, for getting in here and having your say. As well, we always do a big Q&A at the end of the stream, but we will get in with some of the latest information as well in regards to the news. So anyway, Frenkie de Jong, similar sort of situation. We're not going to talk too much about it. I mean, I'll get into the chat for a minute and hear your guys' thoughts and what you're saying about it. Do you think it's realistic and could it fall down still? I hope that it gets done within the next sort of week, because it needs to, really. We're sort of just slacking and looking pretty pathetic in this window. And if we don't do something soon, we may well lose out. We may well be left behind. We may well actually have these sorts of players stolen out from underneath us. Big up there, Burnout the Red. How you doing, my friend? I hope you're all good, mate. Thank you very much for tuning in. And Caleb says, do you know this will be another 3 to 4 signings this window? Do I think there will be? I mean, there has to be, mate. We've got such a gash squad. We literally have somebody who might as well be a concrete bollard stuck in the turf, which is Mr. Harry Maguire. We have basically sick note Sammy next to him as well, which is Raphael Varane, who's absolutely fucking, he's great, but he's injury prone. And then we've got the Frey Bentos pie lover himself, Luke Shaw at left back. We've got a spider with 6 legs over at right back as well. With and it's just not enough. We need to get some quality players in the back line. The midfield, we've got Shotty McTominay, who plays like he's stoned out of his box all the time. We've also got, McFred, or that's a combo of Shotty McTominay and Fred, but it's worth mentioning, a McDonald's Happy Meal with a midfield. We've got Donny van der Beek, who may or may not be good, but so far, I mean, he might as well be one of those Dutch garden gnomes sitting there in the middle of the pitch with a fucking fishing rod, lad, because he is seriously not getting any, he's not had any opportunities, but hopefully Ten Hag will bring him back. But has he done enough to convince everyone he's going to? We've got a complete fucking mishmash of guff at the back, guys. You can't avoid it. And in the midfield, so yeah, we have to sign 3 or 4 players, mate, because this team is shite. It's that simple, isn't it? It doesn't take a genius to work out if you go into a season with a shite team, you're probably going to do shite. You know what I mean? That's how it was. You've got to strengthen the team. You've got to get these guys in. You've got to make the squad better. And the only way to do that is to spend the money. Glazer's out. What a bunch of fucking charlatans, mate. The fact that they haven't done anything so far, the fact that there's talk of the dividends being paid out in a few days' time, etc. These guys are a disgrace. But it's we've got to sign the players to replace all the outgoing players. We've got to sign the players to replace the current shit players that are in the team and are absolutely fucking garbagio. So there's no 2 ways about it. We have to spend and buy players, mate. We're getting 5 players in this summer, and if we don't, then the whole fucking recruitment team want bloody shooting, as the great fucking Cluffy would say. You know why? Because it's the very least that we should be doing with the position that we're in and how far away we are. Fucking unreal. Mark Harris, thank you for another super chat, mate. Appreciate you, dude. He says, Glazers sucking at the teat of Man United debit card. P45 out. Mark Harris, you handsome bastard. Yeah, fair play. I mean, that's exactly what's going on. They're just there, just milking those teats, mate, into a little fucking cup, mate, every single time. And when it's full, they're sipping it down. That's what's going on, mate. It's a complete, big, juicy, fat cash cow for them with mug written across the front of it. And unfortunately, yeah, we all love the football club. We want to support the team, but we don't want to support them because their ownership of this football club is absolutely gash. And look at this, guys. So Gary Neville has been speaking as well, and he's very, very much quite vocal as in regards to somebody who hates the Glazers or thinks that they're absolutely guff and their ownership of this football club is terrible. He tweeted a little while ago today. And he just said that the Glazer family should not be taking £11 million in dividends this Friday. It isn't right with the investment needed in the team, stadium and training ground. The club's cash position is low compared to previous years. An announcement is needed to halt it for the next 3 years minimum. I mean, this is the sort of shit houses we're talking about, guys. We finished 6th. Our debt went up another 50 or 60 mil. And they're on about taking dividends out of this football club right now when we need to invest and we should be focus on all that money elsewhere and not lining the pockets of these fat cats who've already got very, very healthily lined pockets. I mean, it's a disgrace, isn't it? If you're doing poorly and these guys are taking money out of this football club. It's actually just unacceptable, really, folks. So I'm totally with Gary Neville on this one. There's got to be some sort of halting of this. There has to be some sort of announcement to stop them taking money out right now, because it is classic Glazer shithousery, guys. Don't invest properly in the team, in it for their own gains financially, and leaving us as fans in the shithouse up shit creek without a paddle. With Slabby Maguire in the boat weighing it down as well, it's an absolute nightmare. So of course we want to get these parasites out of this football club. They're a cancer at this football club. It's just trying to get them out of this football club. But look, I mean, stuff like this just sums them up really. When we're on our knees and we're doing poorly, they're still milking those teats for everything they can at Manchester United and trying to get as much money out of us as they can. They're a fucking disgrace, guys. There's no other word for it. Hashtag Glazers out. Rain down those green and gold emojis. Green and gold until the club is sold. Love United. Hate Glazers. Fucking hell. New hashtag dump on the Glazers. They're a bunch of fucking melters, guys, as owners. They're the worst possible owners that we could have, I think. Pretty much. If you categorize different types of owners, there's the skint fan owner who's maybe not one of the best ones to have, but he's got passion. There's the super rich billionaire oligarch with maybe some moralistic issues. There's pluses and minuses to every type of owner. We've got one of the worst ones, which is like just a big fat tycoon, who's like a big, not an oil tycoon, but literally like, all they are is, they're just businessmen, they're entrepreneurs, they're tycoons. You know what I'm saying, guys? They don't give a toss about Man United or the team. They're just on it for the money. So, oh, Luke MUFC, thank you very much for your super chat, my friend. Yeah, oh, look at this. Here it is. This is the tweet, mate. Luke MUFC, thank you so much for your super chat here, you legend. He says, the Glazers are taking £11 million in dividends out of the club on Friday. So I believe they'll announce De Jong this week to cover up what they're doing, says Luke MUFC. Luke MUFC, you are very astute, mate. That's it. Always doing just the bare minimum to appease the fans. Here, let's siphon out a cheeky little 11 million quid to the shareholders and stuff. When at this moment in time, we're doing absolutely shite, and that 11 million quid could be better used elsewhere in the football club to entice new players in. I agree. I mean, look, it's just what they've done ever since they've been here. The fact that our debt went up 50 or 60 million in the last financial year just sums them up, really. Rush Bono says Neville doesn't say enough about the Glazers. More interested in getting the Tories out, says Rush Bono. We don't not going to get political on here, but yeah, fair play. I mean, look, he doesn't say enough about it, but at least he says something about it, because there's a lot of people around, United past players who are still in some ways sucking at the teat of the Glazers, Manchester United, right? And they still are, and so they don't say anything at all. So at least he says something. At least he says some stuff. Like, for instance, when that European Super League business happened, he was very vocal in his opposition of it and talking about how the Glazers have led us into this and that they're a disgrace and etc. So, he has said it. At least he has spoken about it, But I agree with what he said. I mean, it shouldn't be allowed to happen. This amount of money shouldn't be taken out of the club right now. It's not a successful period. Dividends in football clubs should be when you're having a successful period for a club like Manchester United. Not for when you're clearly miles behind the rivals, the likes of City, Pep Guardiola's City, and the likes of fucking Klopp in Liverpool. When you're that far away behind those melters, and you shouldn't be taking money out of this football club. Pedram Asghari, thank you for your super chat, bud. He says, I think De Gea needs to slap the Glazers for once. De Gea, why De Gea? Because he's got a pimp glove already. I don't know why specifically De Gea, but hey, fair play. I'm up for anybody slapping the Glazers, mate. Even Harry Maguire, if he slapped the Glazers, he'd go up massively in my book, mate. But anyway, the Cake Cadet Hay says they don't care about us, Biggie. I can't get excited about this club while they are in charge. Feel that, man, and we won't ever truly get better until they're gone. Dump on the Glazers, says Efi Storm. Thank you, Efi. Thank you. Zayn Miassi with a super chat here. Resident Arsenal scummer getting in here with some delusion. Here we go. What's he got to say for himself? He says, Piggy, how will you cope with Rafinha, Jesus, Saka and Martinelli up the Arsenal, says Zayn Miassi. Well, I mean, this is it, mate. I mean, to be fair, Mikel Arteta's probably going to get those bunch of players playing like a bunch of gash and will be sacked off by Christmas. So I don't think we have to deal much with you, in all fairness, Zane. Who knows? Look, you only finished one place above us, Zayn Miassi, giving it the big bollocks, lad. Wait and see until we've actually got our players. Look, it's early doors now, guys. It's June 20th. Should we be at panic stations already about not getting players in? Not really. Not really, guys. There's plenty of time left, as long as it's done in the next 2 weeks, right? But it is fucking worrying, and it is a concern that these guys are so slow in their movements to be able to get players in. And also just a lack of ambition. You see other clubs signing players, so that's what concerns me. But you know what? Shit off, Arsenal. No, we're going to finish above you this season, my friend. Say me, Ashley. Thank you for the super chat, though, bud. Right, I've got to catch up with these super chats here. Mark Arias, man, thank you so much for another one. He says, Glazers don't understand that success equals more dough. Spot on, I don't get that either. I mean, you've got to speculate to accumulate. If they really want to try and challenge the likes of City and Liverpool over the next coming years, they're going to have to act like it by investing. I mean, to be fair, they have spent a lot of money on players on the face of it, but we know that doesn't tell the whole story. They recouped a lot of that by selling players as well. They also hoard us out every which way and generated so much commercial income for us, which we haven't necessarily seen for players. It's just wrong. So yeah, okay, they spent a lot of money on players in the face of it. We know that was spent badly. The most important thing really is to just spend the money on the right sort of players. It shouldn't really be about how much the money is. It just should be about who makes Manchester United better for Ten Hag right now, and who gets get us back to the glory days the quickest, mate. So I agree with you though. If we actually were winning things, if we were up there, if we were a decent team again, and we had that sort of allure for players to come and play for us as well, it would just make everything a lot easier. You can sign better players. You can obviously, you can make more money. If you're up there finishing higher in the league and getting to the latter stages of the Champions League and all these sorts of things, you are getting more money in every single department. Your commercial deals will be boosted by your Champions League performance. That's how a lot of these sponsored deals work these days. There's little parameters and things like that. So I agree, mate. I mean, they don't understand, do they? They don't understand. We'll have a foursome on Friday. No worries, says Madhouse. I hope you're right, dude. Hey, Fergie, son. How you doing, boss? Yeah. Will Slabutio get a start under Ten Hag? I love that, mate. Slabutio. Well, I hope what he does with Slabutio is do what I did with my Slabutios back in the day and just flick him off behind the fucking skirting board, mate. Not the skirting board, just somewhere. That would be a trick shot indeed. No, behind the sideboard is what I meant to say. Just flick him off behind the sideboard, mate. There you go. That sounded a bit wrong, actually, didn't it? Ten Hag flicking Slabby off behind the sideboard. No. Forget that. Let's move on. Thank you, Fergie son, mate. He says, like, share, subscribe, support your quality channel that provides you brilliant content on a consistent basis. Thank you very much, Fergie son. Yeah, I'll take the moment to say to everybody in here, 244 legends, thank you for being in this community, and drop a like on this video. Help boost us up there on the old YouTube algorithm. We had a bit of a shaky start with those technical issues. It seems to be okay now. But smash that thumbs up button. Hit the old subscribe button if you're new to the show as well. Have your say in the chat. And also, click the bell icon if you want to. Hey, look, somebody's just subscribed. It's Rajesh Samal. Thank you, Rajesh, for hitting that subscribe button, mate. You know it makes sense. Okay, so anyway, these Glazers are not going anywhere anytime soon. We can dream and hope that there's going to be a big offer by some awesome billionaire, like some maverick type person who wants to come in and take this club and do what, say, Roman Abramovich did with it, but not be a complete shithouse like Roman Abramovich, and actually not have illicit, ill-gotten gains to fund the success of the football club, but do it in a better way. But you know what I mean? Somebody with that sort of vision who's like, yeah, let's win. I want to win. Let's go and win. If Man United could get that sort of person, we would be the best club in the world. We would be the biggest club in the world. I mean, City actually think they're a bigger club than Man United right now, some of these poxy City fans. There's a very big difference between being a better team and being a bigger club. They're a fucking tiny club compared to Manchester United. Manchester United is a sleeping Goliath of a football club. We all know that. And when it erupts, it's going to be like Mount fucking Vesuvius all over the Premier League. Eventually, when we do come back and do it, because we're such a hugely supported club. We're such a historic club. And once we do get back there, it'll probably be another case of we'll be there for a while. It's just getting us back there is a big problem. And while he's got these shithouse owners, it's probably not going to happen ever while they're here. So just get used to this sort of level of gashness, this mediocrity, this fucking, disappointment in the transfer window, etc. Because we have got the owners to not get us a successful season. We've got the owners to just tick things over who are going to siphon money out and take 11 mil out on Friday. Not yet, Liam H. Not yet, mate. I'm going to be moving all my stuff in very, very soon, man. How you doing there, Liam H? Thank you. He says, you in the garage yet, Piggy? Not yet. I've been converting, well, I say converting, but just bodging my garage into like a studio for when my brother gets here, for when his family's staying and stuff. So I can not wake them all up during the night when I stream late. Deborah's 8 channel, thank you very much for getting in there with the subscription as well. Nice one for hitting that subscribe button. Appreciate you. All right, so yeah, we can't do anything about it, but they're still here. And they're absolute rotters. Let's talk about some of the other transfer dealings that's going on with United. There are quite a few links with United today. I mean, we are Monitor FC, aren't we? We are fucking Monitor Lizard FC. That's all we do, is monitor players and are linked with players. And then there's this guy linked with us and that guy linked with us. Often it's a PR guff mess just from the players' representatives to get themselves a better deal at the football club that they're currently at. Things like that. It happens a lot. So I don't really believe many of these reports and pieces of information until they're verified by very respected sources, let's say. But we do have a few bits of information coming out. So let's have a look at this, guys. So there is a report from Florian Plettenberg over in Germany here that says that Manchester United wants David Raum, the left back. Talks about the left defender have taken place. Talks ongoing and good, but still a long way to go. Transfer probably around 30 million euros to 35 million euros. It's said that this transfer can happen, but Dortmund could become hot if they sell Schultz or Guerrero, and they could be interested. So, we're linked with this guy, David Raum, left back, German league, young, reasonably young. we could do with some fullbacks, absolutely. We look at what we've got at the moment. I mean, you know, you can wax that Brazilian Telles off anytime you want, really, if you ask me. No disrespect to him, mate. You know, he's a good player going forward and stuff, but he can't defend. And he's just the only thing that I would actually trust him to win is a Bruno Fernandes lookalike competition. That's the only thing that I would actually, you know, trust him to win. He's not likely to win anything else, and I think we should probably look to move him on again. He's a good player, he's a good offensively, but in terms of what we're maybe looking to do, not the best. Let's have a look at Luke Shaw, though. Luke Shaw, he loves a cheeky little Melton Mowbray, this guy. Is he good enough? Is he going to get to that stage in his career where he flourishes now that he's got to the peak age of 26? Because, wow, he should be some sort of player now that he's hitting his peak years. Over the next few seasons should be the best of Luke Shaw, in my opinion. It should be the greatest hits of Luke Shaw right now. We saw a fantastic season from his season before last. The last season was a complete stinking rancid mess, though, just like most of the other players. So I'll ask the live chat, though, if you had to get rid of one of the current left backs, which is obviously Luke Shaw and Alex Telles, who would you like to see go the most? So not who would you want to stay, who would you want to see go? Who would you like to see sold out of Telles and Shaw, just out of interest? Speculation FC, exactly. I know, it's a snail pace, Marky Harrison. Hey there, Anon Music, what's going on, bud? Bruno lookalike competition, says Anon, yeah. I know, well, he does, like, they do look like they sort of could be brothers, don't they? Shaw overrated. Shaw, says Mounts. Telles, says Amit. Telles, says Scott. Shaw, says Jeff. Hey, 0793 says Tevez. You send off Luke. Shaw, says Efi Storm. Telles, says Brave. Both, says Kevin. Shaw, says Madhouse. This is quite interesting, actually, folks. The live chat's almost completely split on who should be going and who should be staying. Mark Harris says Shaw, bin the bum. Telles, easy, says Callum. Right, here's my thoughts on Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw had a really great season before last. He was pretty bang average before that, in my opinion. He had his moments. That injury really didn't help him. He's come back from that. He had a great season. And then it all went completely gash again last year. And he got bang on the old Frey Bentosters again. He fell off the wagon. He's having 3 or 4 steak and kidney pies a day, you know. He's letting it go right to his belly, you know. He's fucking giving up. I don't know what's going on with Luke Shaw. He's given up, but, you know, you never know. Maybe if we can get him on an extreme fitness regime and get him back in on, you know, full sharp fitness, he might be sort of back to his best, guys. You never know. You never know. Just cut out the pies. Make sure he doesn't have a tin opener in his house, and he should be okay, you know. But no, in all fairness, I think Luke Shaw could still be good for Man United. He's coming to his prime years. It feels like he's been in for a long, long time, Luke Shaw, but he's only like 26. This guy, or maybe he's like 27, I've forgotten now, but he's around about there. He's not the oldest player in the world. He's still got a lot of years left on the clock. So technically, he should still be able to offer Manchester United quite a lot. Plus, he is a homegrown player. I personally, out of the two of them, would rather see Luke Shaw stay, just because he is younger, just because I think he is better defensively. You know, he's still not a great defender, though, but he is better defensively. And but he's still good going forward. He still can get you those crosses in, to still get you a lot of opportunities created. I mean, that one season where he was short, Roberto Carlos, was a fantastic run from him. It really was. If that's his best days that we're ever going to see from him, then, you know, that's massive disappointment. But I think he could probably replicate that again. That's what I'm hoping anyway. As long as the team and the tactics and everything are good and complement him, he should be able to do a decent enough job for us at the moment at left back. But anyway, smash a 1 in the live chat if you would like to see this David Raum signed by Manchester United in this summer transfer window. Let us know your thoughts and opinions real quick, guys. I'm just going to have a quick look for couple of updates that's come through here. Oh, thank you, mate. So Jamie Jackson, thank you very much, Rushmana, for sending me this through. So we got another piece of info that's just come out this evening from Jamie Jackson, who has said that Man United are readying a second bid of 70 million euros plus add-ons for Frenkie de Jong. So exactly what we've just been talking about, basically, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, we're expecting that there will be one coming pretty soon for him, as we've been discussing the last couple of days. We're just so slow in everything that we do right now, and it really is kind of a disgrace how slow we are at everything that we do. But you know, it's better than no bids coming at all. So let's have a look at this, guys. This is a latest update this evening. That's not the one. I've messed up. let's get a different one here. So it's this one here. Nice one. So this is from Jamie Jackson this evening. We're ready in a second bid of around 70 million plus add-ons for Frenkie de Jong. So lots of different reporters now. You know, he's a correspondent for the Guardian Observer. Lots of different correspondents and different reporters coming out now and saying that, yes, there is a 70 million offer that is ready to about to be ready by Manchester United. So yeah, 70 million for the guy seems like an appropriate figure. I think we can get him for that. If they want more than that, then in all fairness, they can basically do one, can't they? He's not worth paying more than that for. But let's just have a look. You vote your guys' votes on Realm. Sorry, I got distracted there with the new update there. We got a bunch of different. We've got a lot of ones coming in the live chat, or a few ones. Not many people would actually like to have David Realm, it seems. Who the fuck is that guy? No, I'm just kidding. He's in my FIFA team, mate. He does the bits. But anyway, no, look, we could do with bolstering our options there, especially if Tellez is sold. I could see a universe where Tellez is sold, where Wan-Bissaka is sold, and we go and get a new left back and a new right back. I could see that happening. In fact, we have a bit more info as well. Now we're talking about other transfers here in regards to Denzel Dumfries into right back. So Fabrizio Romano is speaking and via Give Me Sport here, and it says, this move could be a possibility, but it depends on the proposal. Inter Milan want 35 to 40 million euros for Dumfries. Seems like a reasonable figure. At the moment, they have no proposal from United or any club. So United haven't put a bid in for Denzel Dumfries at all yet, but it's understood Ten Hag has that interest in him from following him when, he was in the Dutch league, of course, and would be interested in bringing him in as a right back option. So now that we know the Jurian Timber situation is more or less dead in the water, this is going to be one of the guys that's talked about as a potential target for right back. So maybe this guy could come in and do a job for us. I actually think he would be a really good signing for us for that sort of money. When you consider some of the options that we could get, some of the right backs that are available to us, this guy looks like a really good option. So let's have a little vote in the live chat. Smash a 1 in the live chat if you'd like to see Denzel Dumfries come to Manchester United in the summer window, or smash a 2 if you think there's a better option at right back. And if so, let me know who you think we should sign for a right back. Who would be your right back signing? It seems like we are going to maybe sign a fullback, because it seems Wan-Bissaka is not what Ten Hag wants, because he's a defender and he doesn't have enough of a well-rounded game going forward, etc. And it seems like Alex Tellez is the same, but the other way around. Lots of ones coming in the live chat. Liam Wood, Abim, Naz, Jack Newman, Steve, Busy the Buist, Amit Kumar, Brave. Nice one. Scott Berg, Devils TV, James T. Okay, Scott Berg doesn't want him. Fair enough. Oh, Malassi is a far better option, though, says Kingslayer. Bring him in, says a Busy the Beast. Dumfries, the freight train, says Johan van Angeren. 2 Williams. Brandon Williams, yeah. I mean, I can't see him really. I don't know. I can't see him breaking in. I guess if we can't sign anybody in that area because we spunked all of our transfer budget in the summer already, suppose it only makes sense that we would probably have to keep him. But I don't know about that. I think we saw an article earlier anyway. Let's have a look at this. Let me find this, guys. But there's a couple of reports coming out that pretty much Ten Hag has initiated the offers or the sale essentially of players like Aaron Wan-Bissaka and also Brandon Williams. We talked about this a bit earlier on, that they that really, obviously he will maybe give them pre-season and judge these players then as well. But at the moment, it seems like he's maybe identified them as players that perhaps don't fit his parameters, or that are players who are expendable to be able to sell to generate cash for other players. So, obviously we don't have a bottomless pit of money. So if he says, if he's looked at the team throughout the season, he thinks, Wan-Bissaka's not played that much, he's also not my sort of player, he might just put him up for sale straight away, and then we're offering him around. It seems like that could be the case. Also, Eric Bailly has reportedly been offered to, Newcastle. So it seems like there are a few things that are going on with regards to getting rid of players anyway. Not so much with players coming in. Hey, we're only 9 likes off of 150, guys. Please do us a favor and smash that thumbs up button. Help us get to the big 150. Lamptey says Efi Storm. Oh, interesting shout. Okay. Also, Max Aarons is another consideration, apparently. Anyway, Mark Harris, thank you for another super chat, boss. I really appreciate you, dude. He says, I'm concerned that Eric doesn't talk. Ralph was better, says Mark Harris. He's kind of like the silent assassin so far, isn't he, Eric Ten Hag? I mean, even in that first sort of, that paparazzi video where he's walking around the stadium and he's being sort of, he's being asked questions by the Sky reporter, and his security sort of pushed him away and say, get out of the way. He's just so stone-faced. But I don't know, I mean, what I liked about that is he stopped to take a picture with a fan, but he just didn't have time of day at all for journalists. He hates journalists, right? So I don't think you're going to get a lot of these candid interviews from him, in all fairness. I think he's a pretty close to the chest, cards close to the chest type guy. So I really don't think he is going to be like that. So from a Glazer puppet point of view, they probably like that, don't they? Well, that's the reason Ralph Rangnick's not here, is because he's not that sort of person. Because he is an open book, because he will say it how it is, and they don't want somebody screaming from the rooftops that we need to buy 10 players. Think about it. Ralph Rangnick is supposed to be coming in to do a consultancy role and advise us on what to do from a footballing sense. And his advisories are to sign 10 players. He knows the score. He knows how far United are away from being a team challenging the likes of City and Liverpool, for fuck's sake. So, you know, he's that's why they didn't like that, guys, because he was too vocal, he was too open, and so they've sacked him off. And in some ways, I am a little bit worried that maybe Ten Hag will be a big time Glazer puppet. I'm a little bit worried about that, mate, but hopefully not. I mean, he seems pretty stern. He's a disciplinarian. Hopefully, he can sort of whip this United team into shape and get them playing well again. And you know, he's a great coach. That's the idea. And he's also somebody that has a really amazing track record of building fantastic teams, which is why every single team out there wants to go and get, wants to go and get a player that is basically come through the Ten Hag system at Ajax. There's so many players at Ajax that are wanted by all the teams around Europe. You hate the Glazers, says Jonathan Kennedy. Mark says Ralph was honest. He didn't have power players down tools. Yeah, spot on. Yeah, that's one thing you have to say about Ralph Rangnick, is that he was honest and he was refreshing with that sense. Not tonight, Luke MUFC, my friend. Dutch Bill Goldberg says Evie Storm, nice, mate. Let's hope he jackhammers that dressing room. That sounded wrong as well. No, that was Goldberg's finishing move. Anyway. Okay, so yeah. Also, guys, we've got some reports that come out that suggest that we're still looking at Anthony. You know, we're still looking at Anthony, guys. So United are perhaps going to be closing in on making a bid for him too. So right now we've got hopefully a bid coming for Frenkie de Jong. Hopefully a bid coming for Anthony as well at some point. We know we've got a bid on the table for Christian Eriksen. So that's still being mulled over by Christian Eriksen, you know, in his camp there, really, to decide what his future is. There was a report earlier from Fabrizio Romano that did say that the situation with Christian Eriksen is he will make a decision on his future soon. United have confirmed their interest to his agent, while Brentford are still in the race. Tottenham now focused on right back, centre back, and then striker after 3 signings completed. That sort of suggests that Spurs are not even in the running for this signing of Christian Eriksen then. So if that's the case and United have got the path clear, then we should absolutely go and get him and get a few other players like, you know, Denzel Dumfries would be a decent sign-in, or even this Raum guy over on the other side. You've got, of course, a couple of other guys that are being mentioned as well, like Martinez. So let's get on to Martinez now. So there is also a report that has come out as well, and we talked about it a bit earlier on today, that Lisandro Martinez is now quite a high priority signing for centre-back for Ten Hag, because he's got that relationship with him. Hey, RBSK, thank you very much for your super chat, bro. The reason I stopped speaking and read out the super chats here when they come in is because I don't want to have to catch up with them loads later. So forgive me if I just randomly stop speaking when I'm talking about something and read it out. It's because I will forget if I don't read it. RBSK, lad, thank you so much for getting in here, lad. He says, if you could be a fly on the wall, who would you want to listen in on, says RBSK. Well, it definitely wouldn't be Harry Maguire, mate. I couldn't think of anything more boring. But no, it would be Erik ten Hag, wouldn't it? I'd love to listen to what his sort of coaching methods are, what his philosophy is right now, and sort of what the key decisions are that are being made behind the scenes. So it would definitely be Erik ten Hag would be, I'd like to be a fly on his bald head, mate. You know what I'm saying? RBSK, thank you so much for your super chat. Can we all get a sue in the live chat for the guy? Thank you so much there, RBSK, for the super chat, lad. Right, so we are closing in on a few different signings. Anthony's reportedly a player that we could at some point soon make an opening bid for. So is Lisandro Martinez at Ajax. And the situation with that is, let me just give you the rundown on that. So Arsenal had an offer knocked back, which was for in the region of 30 million euros. And we're reportedly going to be making a move for this guy as well. Now that we know that Jurriën Timber has sort of pledged his allegiance to Ajax, they are offering him a new contract there. It seems like that's what's going to be going on. And so, you know, it does look like we are moving on to our next target now, which is actually another Ajax player, centre-back Lisandro Martinez. And Arsenal are still interested. Man United have been discussing it internally, and it seems like there's believed to be a bid that's going to be coming soon for him. So that's the latest. We've got an alleged bid coming for Lisandro Martinez. I mean, how do you rate this signing, guys? Is it maybe it is an option B, but I don't think it's a bad option B when you think he's only 24. he's had a successful season under Ten Hag, which is important, of course. He's also a left-footed centre-back, which is a rarity. It's good to have a left-footed centre-back in there and playing in that left centre-back role. And I think he's 24. He's had 7 caps for Argentina. I mean, on the face of it, it does sound like quite a decent signing. How would you rate the signing out of 10, guys? If we were to get Lisandro Martinez as a centre-back, how would you guys rate it out of 10? Let me know what you guys are saying. Yeah, that's true, ZX Flames. He's brilliant and can play CM as well. It'll be a fantastic signing, says Asha Katana. Yeah. Hey there, Bucks fan. What's going on? 7 says Kingslayer. 10 says Asha Katana. 6 says Nas786. Right, yeah. 5 says Oh Busy the Beast. Okay, so some of you quite happy with it, some of you not. I'd give it probably a good 7 out of 10 if we did get him. It's not the ideal perfect signing, is it? I still think we should go and get Pau Torres. I like Pau Torres. Maybe Ten Hag doesn't like Pau Torres. Maybe Ten Hag wants somebody that he knows already that can do the job that he wants him to do. So, but the Premier League is different, right? I mean, Pau Torres is a 25-year-old defender that plays for Spain. He's, I guess, not the fastest of players, but he is a physical player. He's good in the air. He reads the game well, etc. So he would be an improvement on what we've got now in Slabby Maguire, at least. It's one of those, folks. It seems like an option B or maybe even an option C type signing, and that never really is all that satisfying to me. Really, depends. He could come in and do absolutely brilliant if we are going to put a bid in for him, right? But then, well, he's not the first choice that we could have gone for. I think it's quite clear. So Jurriën Timber's pied us off because Louis van Gaal's been in his ear, giving him those Dutch tones, saying, I like my players to be horny, and you must not play for Manchester United before Qatar World Cup, otherwise you not play games. You must also not have sex with any woman or any man before World Cup, because my players need to be horny. This is what he's all about, guys. Not my words, the words of Louis van Gaal, okay? But Louis does like his players to be horny, so that's it. He doesn't want them to unleash. But either way, I'm just saying he's obviously had a word in the ear of Timber and said that maybe makes more sense for him to stay at Ajax and get game time and play in the Champions League and play regularly rather than go to United and play a bit part. Okay, so does look like that one's completely dead in the deal, right? That one's completely dead in the deal, guys. So it's a bit of a sad one because I think we all wanted him. He's a good talent. He's only 20. He's athletic. He's quick. He's versatile. Can play centre back, right back, all that good sort of stuff. And we have missed out on him now. So it's a sad sort of indictment of where United's at right now. We can't quite get those top down talents even convinced either. A few years back, they'd have jumped at the chance of playing for Manchester United, even if it was a bit part. So, we are a little bit behind the top teams there, definitely. Okay, so Jurriën Timber is a player that is not going to be coming to Manchester United. It doesn't look like. We've now moved on to a couple of different other defensive options. We've mentioned there Lisandro Martinez, which we've got a bid coming in essentially soon. This is reported by Mike Verwey, of course, who's an insider with Ajax and has a lot of dealings and exclusives when they've got business going on. And the reports are that United are preparing an offer for Lisandro Martinez. So it's expected we perhaps go in for this guy and maybe bring him in. Let's hope that's the case, guys. I mean, we do need to bring in a centre-back. I don't feel convinced that we could do much better unless we address that area of the team. We have got a human fridge and obviously an injury-prone quality player there in Varane, but it's not a convincing enough centre-back pairing to do the business throughout the course of a season for me. And then you look at the likes of the backup players we've got there, Victor Dwindloff. Man, oh man, he's good, but he's not great. He's error-laden as well, and he's just gashed one-on-one defending, gash in the air. He's good on the ball. He reads the game well, but that's not good enough when you're physically not great in the air or, even just the old one-on-ones and getting your leg in and stuff. He's not the best. So I don't think he's the job. None of those defenders are good enough. So, yeah, we need to get a new player in and a new wing-back will make sense, a lot of sense as well. Jonathan Gallagher says, we are playing catch-up without a ball being kicked. Yes, indeed, sir. Okay, right. So also Fabrizio Romano gives an update on, Malcolm Abue, that Derby County 18-year-old striker. And he says that United are really interested in Malcolm Abue, but I think he's not joining them, is what he said on this Here We Go podcast earlier on today. So, you know, we'll see what happens in regards to sort of revelations there. We were linked with this kid. He is supposed to be a very talented young player. Hopefully we could maybe add him to the sort of youth ranks as well and give him some opportunities maybe as a backup. But it's just, you know, it's not a key signing for us right now anyway. That's just another random addition. You know, you're playing one for the future there. It's not really something that's going to help us immediately right now, other than just maybe as a backup sometimes. Okay, we've got another very good source that's come through here. Thank you very much, Rushmano, for sending me this through, bro. Right. Okay, so another source says United are in advanced talks to sign Frenkie de Jong from Barca. Offered 70 million euros to Barcelona. Man United have already agreed personal terms with the Dutch midfielder for a 5 years contract. So there are some reports suggesting that we've already, you know, that we had actually already agreed terms with him. I mean, I'm not so sure if that's got to that stage, in my opinion. Maybe verbally, I suppose. Maybe just as a rough, like, what is it you're expecting? Okay, well, we're in that sort of ballpark, but we need to thrash it out a bit more type thing. I can't see how they've agreed personal terms already. But hey, there you go. You know, really, the two clubs got to be agreeing a fee here to try and get this deal done. But yeah, that's a bit more information that's come out about it, which is good. Also, we have a report here from Manchester Evening News here in regards to Christian Eriksen, which is we've got a bit of you know, bit of a report on Christian Eriksen, which just says, yeah, I mean, it seems like, I don't know. I mean, we've got comments here from, it seems like some people think this is a bad signing. I don't understand. So Danny Murphy, who really gives a toss what he's trying to say, but Danny Murphy was questioned whether it would be a wise signing for United. And he said, if he thinks Ten Hag is going to play Eriksen and Fernandes in the same team in a midfield with only one holding midfielder, they'll end up finishing worse off than this season. Is he going to bring Eriksen in as a backup for Fernandes play as a 10? Or is he going to play him as a central midfielder? If you bring in Frenkie de Jong and Eriksen in the midfield, where's the tenacity? Where's the tough tackling physical presence? I mean, he's absolutely right, but that's not what's going to happen, guys. He's not going to come in and be playing in the midfield too, is he? He's going to be playing in an advanced position, either in the hole, challenging Bruno for his place, rotating with Bruno, giving Bruno competition, but also maybe playing out on a wide position sometimes when it fits. I mean, how many times have we seen Mata playing out wide? You can play players who are not conventional wingers out there if they're great technical players with creativity and, you know, with their passing and crossing, etc. So I do think that he's a versatile enough player that we could play him in a couple of different positions at least. He's not being brought in to be a central midfielder, I don't think, no. And I don't think Bruno Fernandes is going to drop back deeper and be a central midfielder either. So it's just a bit of a moot point, I think. I think, yeah, we are getting this guy, but it's just to add depth. Do these people not realise we've had Mata and Lingard and Pogba and these guys all go? And we need some more cover in those positions. I mean, it's like these people never played football or something. I don't know. But anyway. Oh, man. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, so let's get into this. So it's sad to report, guys, but we know what's happened with Giggsy. He's been having some bad times of it of late. And official Ryan Giggs stands down as Wales head coach with immediate effect. He said, "I am standing down from my position as manager of the Wales men's national team. It was an honour and a privilege to manage this team." I mean, I can't say I'm not surprised, really, guys. You know, can't say I'm surprised. I mean, with what's gone on. So it's fair to say that, yeah, it was coming, wasn't it, guys? He's not really in the position where he can stay on as their manager. He hasn't even been managing them for a long old time either. So it makes sense that would be the outcome. But Ryan Giggs is no longer going to be Wales manager, folks. Just thought I'd mention it. There's a few Welsh people in here, and also a few, of course, people who know Giggsy from our playing days. Danny Murphy stealing 11, says Mark Harris. Thank you, Rushmano. He says subscribe to the channel. Yeah, if anybody's new around here, please do hit that subscribe on the video if you're new. Give us a cheeky little thumbs up as well if you haven't. Help us get to 200 likes. Also, help us get to 58,200 subscribers. We're only about 25 away. So if you are new to this channel, then please do hit that subscribe button. That's the red one that says sub. And also click the bell so you get notifications when we post and go live with the daily news, guys. So yeah, plenty of reporting going on there, you know, in regards to some of the players that are linked. Dumfries, Raum, defenders linked, Martinez linked. De Jong bid could be potentially coming in soon. Anthony still linked to Manchester United. There's some exciting players linked to us, but it's all reports at the moment and no real foundation, no real actual, sort of proper solid offer from Man United for any of these guys. So they need to table these off. They need to get the job done. The Glazers are shithouses. Also, we're expected to raise potentially about £78 million this summer transfer window from player sales. So we know we've had 6 players leave on a free. That saved us a lot of money every single week from wages. But also players like Aaron Wan-Bissaka could be sold for 30 mil. Phil Jones is being floated around the market. He could be picked up for as little as 2.7 mil. Eric Bailly is being bandied around and offered to lots of different clubs for about 8 million. Dean Henderson is going to go on loan, it seems, but maybe there'll be an option to buy there. Maybe a little fee up front as well. Who knows? Axel Tuanzebe is another player that has struggled, obviously, to get into Man United's team, and he was loaned out, and he's probably going to struggle to get into United's team again. And he's expected to be allowed to move on a permanent basis as well. He's valued at about 6 million. So he could be sold. Brandon Williams as well. He's quite versatile. He is young. I mean, I don't know how I feel about Brandon Williams because he's only 21. He's still got bags of potential. He did do some really good stuff when chucked in there by Ollie a couple of games. He also did some pretty awful stuff, but he's a young kid. He actually did pretty well and showed a bit of battle and had the right sort of attitude, which is half the battle as well for me. So let's just have a vote on Brandon Williams. Would you keep or sell Brandon Williams? You might be able to get 10 million quid for him, right? But he's a good backup option, I suppose. You could play left back, right back. But he's also homegrown, and he's also somebody that will get better in the future. But is he good enough, really, to get game time in this team right now? Sell, says Naz786. Sell, says ZX Flames. Keep, says Dylan. Sell, says SZ and Bucks fan. Loan, says Kingslayer. That could be the answer. Sell, says Scarboy. Keep for now, says Madhouse. Gotta sell, says Amida Red. Keep, says T-Killer. Loan with an option to buy, says Jack Newman. Yeah, something like that could work. I mean, if we could get him, a club to develop him, because I don't think he's going to get regular game time at United. So if we can get the right club to develop him, then maybe it's worth keeping him on our books. At the moment, though, we've got Diogo Dalot, who's, I guess, further ahead than him. You've also got Aaron Wan-Bissaka, who may well be sold, though. But we might end up signing a player like Dumfries or something like that, if that is to be the case. But they are pretty much on the books of being bandied around as potentially being sold. And then also, as I just mentioned, Diogo Dalot. I mean, even he is not really guaranteed to stay, is he? If there was an offer from Roma, Jose puts in a call and the money's right, he might be one of those ones that we're prepared to get rid of just so we can generate cash to spend elsewhere. If we're going to buy another right back, especially. Anthony Martial. Anthony Martial might be sold, folks. He also might not. Who's going to buy Martial right now? He's pretty bang average. He's also had a bad season where he's been injured a few times, been out on loan, done nothing. Nobody really wants to touch Martial right now. I think it's a poor signing for anybody. So I don't think he'll go anywhere, guys. I think he's going to stay. But let's have a little vote on Martial. Keep or sell Tony Martial? Keep or sell Tony Martial, because he's probably going to have a role to play in this squad with the fact we haven't got many forward players up there. He is good. We know he's got qualities, but he's also inconsistent and doesn't try as hard as he should. Big Bayou Legend says, quick sell Martial for 600 coins. Nice one. Hope you're good there, Big Bayou Don. Sell, says Bucks fan. Dylan says sell. Mark Harris says, case they got the calculator out, get in. Naz says sell. Keep, says F-Man. There is money to be made, players to be sold. Absolutely, yes, said. So we've just gone through it there, a list of players. Lots of people saying keep, lots of people saying sell here. Sell Martial, but no one will buy him, says James Heath. I mean, if we sell Martial, we can buy somebody else, can't we? Because he's on big money every single week. But you're right. Who's going to buy him? Who's going to want to pay those sorts of wages for a bang average player? Hey, Leah Rose, how are you doing tonight? Welcome in. She says sell. Yeah, I'd sell him as well, to be honest, guys. If it was possible to get a buyer for him, I'd sell him tomorrow. Definitely. And not even for a huge amount either. Not even a huge amount. We'd sell him. I'd sell him for 15 million. How much do you think we could get for Tony Martial, bearing in mind he's on 180 grand a week, and a new club would probably have to pay somewhere around that? How much do you think we should be looking to sell Tony Martial for? I reckon 15 million, 20 million tops these days. How can you expect to get 40 million for a player who's on big money and is injury prone and he's gash? I don't think he's a big money player right now, even though he's got the potential to still be brought back and still have a great career, because he's only mid-20s. He's only mid-20s. 20 mil, says Naz. 20 says Robin. 20 says Vuti. 3 says Darren Story. Simply not good enough, says Jonathan. Corey says send that Finding Dory Fish. 25 to 30 says Manhouse. Scarboy says yep. 35 says Mr. Miyagi. Gets in there, my son. Wax on, wax off. Tony Martial. 25 mil, says Dylan. 35 quid on a packet of Oxo, says Mark Harris. 10 mil, says James T. 22, says SZ. 25, says Scott Berg. 10 mil and a Fredo, says El Professor. Right, yeah, not very popular, is he, Tony Martial at Man United, guys? Hashtag Martial out. There's a reason for it. It's because we were expecting to see this like real swashbuckling player in these sorts of years of his career now. He started quite well and promising at United. He was proving the doubters wrong for a while, and he did really develop quite well for a couple of seasons. I always preferred him out wide. Maybe Ollie didn't help by trying to put him up the number 9 position, which I guess he's not a natural at, and he didn't really take to it, did he? And maybe his progression was halted there. So maybe it's not all his fault, but we were expecting this guy to be a great, great player for us and develop really well. We were expecting to see some martial arts. You know what I'm saying? Martial arts. Instead, we've just seen martial arse. That's what's happened, guys. We've just seen a whole bunch of martial arse because he's just been playing like a big arse out there for a couple of seasons now. And, yeah, we should probably look to cash in, but nobody will buy him, guys. We're stuck with this guy. He's literally a Man United player. He's another Phil Jones. It's just in a different position. Okay, so Tony could be sold. So lots of players there. We've just gone for a list of 6 or 7 or 8 players that I guess could be surplus to requirements under Ten Hag. So there's no excuse for United not to go out there and buy lots of different players. I'm talking 5 players this summer. Chat, how many players do Man United sign this summer? How many players do Man United sign this summer? I say 5. I'm going optimistic, guys, because why not? We have to sign these guys. 5 players. One of them's a free transfer in Eriksen and then 4 money transfers. I see 2 or 3 players being sold. That's my transfer window. That's what I think's going to happen. I don't have faith in the Glazers, but I think even they, with their absolute gash paying out dividends to themselves and money grabbing ways and not wanting to spend a dime that they don't have to on Manchester United, even they will invest this summer in a non-Champions League season with many players leaving the football club. I think even they will invest. 4 says the Hoop Man. 4 says Madhouse. 10 says Batman. That's what we should get. 2 says Small Man. 4 says Luke. Himalayan says 4. Vooty says 4 to 5. 3 says PCCH. 3 says Steve Wild. 6 says F the Man. 5 says Edix Flames. I'm loving this, guys. This is optimism from the live chat here. Really? Can I remind you that this is the same recruitment team that only managed to fucking get Fellaini, basically? Well, it's not actually, but it's the same club, I should say. Some years ago, that now. Crazy how it's flown by. But the same recruitment team that couldn't identify that we needed a fucking central midfielder last summer. You know what I mean? Oh. Boycott Man United, says the King Cadet. Boycott those shithouse Glazers. That's for sure, mate. You know, that's the way to do it, isn't it? Really hit them where it hurts. Right. Okay then, folks. So let's just talk about this for a second. You know, Stam was talking about, by the way, Yap Stam was talking about Ten Hag. You know Yap Stam, he's an absolute don. And he said, we all know what he can do and what he has done over in Holland with Ajax. Hopefully he can do the same now with Man United. Obviously, there are certain things that we need to be there for him to help him, maybe in terms of different players and personnel. But I think he's done a good job in Holland. In Holland, we always say that every player in every position needs to be able to play football. So a centre-back needs to be able to dribble forward, to be an extra man in midfield, to have that pass. We try to educate players to be able to do everything. At United, one of Fergie's qualities was bringing players in of certain ability who could do things well in their position. Then if they go well together, you've got a chance of doing very well. He's got the right players for the right positions. So, you know, I mean, there's people back in Ten Hag saying that even with the sort of current setup, the current players he's got, it's about, you know, getting them playing a certain way. So what is a Ten Hag defender? Like he's just said there, he's somebody that can do it all really. You know, you can bring it out from the back. You can play it out from the back. And actually, if you do look at United centre-backs, and this isn't me praising Harry Maguire, but he's not terrible on the ball. You know, he can play it out he can bring it forward, he can pass it around. He's also quite often giving it away, but he's not the worst defender when it comes to playing it out from the back. I think Victor Lindelof's distribution and playing out from the back is very good. That's one of his plus points. And I think Varane's is very good also. So, you know, if you actually look at those sorts of qualities that a centre-back we might want, they're good. The only problem is that they're left down. They're let down by their other attributes. Varane's an injury-prone melt. Lindelof can't defend in the air and is shite one-on-one. And Harry Maguire turns like a fucking Volvo estate. And he also has a massive slab that can't get on the ball. You know, but he's also error-laden as well, and he's a bad leader. So it's not a very good mixture, is it? What's this that's just come through here? Hang on, we've got another update come through. Oh, interesting. Okay, all right, interesting. So we've got an update here that's come out from Mike Verwey, guys, again. And it says that Edson Alvarez can leave Ajax this summer for the right price. Lisandro Martinez, Jurriën Timber, and Antony will only leave. Oh, let's get this up on the screen, guys, because this is quite a good update that's coming here. This is why we do these late night streams as well. There's usually a lot of good reports and stuff that come out during these shows. Once again, guys, I'll take it a second to say, please do smash that thumbs up on this video. I don't know how many likes we're on, but let's aim for 200 likes on this stream. We're nearly there, actually. We're 23 away. So everyone, please do drop that thumbs up button if you haven't done so. Drop a cheeky little like on it. Hit that subscribe up and get yourself involved. Help us get to 200. So let's just save this, folks, and get it up on the screen and see what's going on. But we do have a new update that's come out from Mike Verwey anyway, which is quite interesting. And this is what it says. Oops. So, Edson Alvarez can leave Ajax this summer for the right price. Lisandro Martinez, Jurriën Timber, and Antony will only leave should Ajax receive an offer which they can't refuse. You're going to make me an offer I can't refuse. So that's what's going to be coming, I think, guys. You know, an offer for Martinez from Manchester United. It seems the Jurriën Timber situation is not completely over and done with. I mean, we have said that it's almost dead in the water with what was said about Louis allegedly guiding him and saying to him that he should really not go to Man United in case he doesn't play. And so for that reason, it sort of seems like that deal was dead. But there's still a couple of other players, you know, at Ajax that we should be and could be interested in, should be capable of bringing in, such as Antony, Martinez, even Edson Alvarez as well. So there's options from Ajax alone. It seems like they're going to pretty much lose all of their players this summer. Hey there, Ellie. How you doing? Hope you're having a good one tonight. And Rudy back as well. How you guys doing? Welcome aboard the Bacon Express. Thank you for joining. Get your thoughts and opinions in about all these things we're discussing, guys. Right, so Edson Alvarez can leave Ajax. That's a good update. Thank you, Rushmano, for getting in there with that. And it does seem like the Timber deal maybe still has a possibility, I suppose, if the price is right. If Man United were prepared to pay the money to him, to Ajax to convince him to sell, and also give the assurances to Timber that he's going to play pretty much all the time. So I think that's what the problem is, isn't it? If Louis said to him, hey, you can't really expect to get or to be guaranteed to get into the United team every single week, so therefore you can't be guaranteed to get into the World Cup squad, which was alleged the other day, then that is going to have the effect that, you know, he's not going to want to leave. He's just going to commit to another year playing in the Champions League at Ajax. And that's probably why you heard his quotes the other day from Timber, where he literally said that. He literally said, I'm quite content with playing for Ajax in the Champions League for another year. They're a good club. I'm playing every week, developing well. He doesn't want to go to a club where he's just going to sit on the bench. So if there's assurances made, it might not be dead, but it's not looking good at the moment. It does seem there's other players we're going for as well at Ajax, such as Lisandro Martinez. Hey, Connor Wilkinson, how you doing, boss? Hope you're good, dude. Nice one, nice one. Okay, brilliant stuff. Right, just a few little more things to get into, then we're going to get into the Q&A, so everybody do strap yourselves in for that. But a few other little bits of info I just want to cover very quickly, which is, so just to clarify, we got, you know, a De Jong bid is expected to be coming in soon, and also we understand that, you know, there's players here at Ajax that will be sold as long as their asking price is met, as long as, you know, you get a decent sort of bid in and tempt them to sell their players. They're up for doing business. This is what they do. They develop players and they sell them. So they're definitely up for doing business. Reports coming out in Germany that we're interested in bringing in David Raum as well. Maybe speculative stuff. Could be just linked with us, you know, to get a better deal for him for a contract at his current club as well. These are always things you have to think about whenever I hear a player linked with United. We're also expected to be preparing an offer for Lisandro Martinez as well. Gary Neville says that the Glazers should not be taking out 11 million in dividends this Friday. They're taking out 11 mil. They're a bunch of shithouses. Hashtag Glazers out, for fuck's sake. Let's get these toss bags, cancerous rats out of our team. It's a disgrace. Hey there, Chopper. What's going on, mate? Thank you very much for your $5 Aussie dollar super chat, my son. He says, Eddie, I would like to apologize to you for my terrible behavior the other day. It was wrong and not called for. I apologize to you sincerely. So sorry. Well, what a man, to be fair. He's already come in and apologized yesterday, you know. But what a man. He's publicly apologized there. Thank you very much, Chopper, man, for that, mate. Can we get some love hearts in the live chat there? I mean, you know, these things happen, mate. Everybody has bad days and stuff. It's a sign of being a good man that you can admit your mistakes and move on, and and understand when you've done something that is not on, and put it right, and then learn from it, my friend. You know what I'm saying? You're a top man, Chopper. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And I'm sure, well, Ellie's in the live chat here, so there you go. Thank you, nice one, Chopper, you legend. Good to see you as well. Hope you have a good day. Right then. So, we got a community vibe here, guys. You know what I'm saying? This is a great community of legends, the Bacon Brigade. And we're like a little mini family here, guys. So if you like the vibe, make sure you do get involved by smashing the old sub up and having your say. Everybody's welcome here, as long as you're not a complete toss pot, of course. In which case your pot will be tossed. No, wait, that sounded so wrong, guys. How many of these dodgy innuendos or accidental fucking Freudian slips are coming out tonight, guys? Crikey. Anyway. Marky Harris Pro, thank you for another super chat. He says, Chopper, I'll get the keys to let you out the Peugeot. Great stuff. Thank you so much. Maybe leave him in there a little bit longer. Ellie says it's completely fine. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you apologizing. I honestly had no idea what had happened. I wouldn't ever be rude for no reason. Get in there. Look at that, guys. Hands across the ocean. Come on. Let's get in there. That's what we're all about, my friends. That's what families do. They fall out, they fight sometimes, but you know what? They always make up. Come on. Nice one. Did Chopper get his chopper out? He didn't, Dutch Christ. No. That was to the cops. Anyway, okay, so also Man United and Nottingham Forest are confident of completing a deal for Dean Henderson's loan move to Nottingham Forest, guys. There you go. Yeah. So that's also news. Yeah, what else have I got here? Chelsea are looking to maybe go and enter the race with Tottenham and Arsenal to sign Richarlison this summer, is a report that we're reading today. Maybe bullshit. We also know that United are readying a second bid of around 70 million euros plus add-ons for Frenkie de Jong. And Christian Eriksen is also considering a move at this moment in time, an offer from Manchester United, which we're just waiting to hear more news on. He's currently relaxed on the situation, though, and is not rushing to make his decision. Also, the latest report there from Mike Verway says that Edson Alvarez can leave Ajax this summer for the right price. Alessandro Martinez, Jurriën Timber and Anthony will only leave should Ajax receive an offer which they can't refuse. I think that's pretty much everything we've discussed. Also, I have a bit of info from this, actually, that Man City, just to confirm, Man City have no interest in Frenkie de Jong at all. So, you know how we were worried that maybe there could be a club that comes in, such as City, who might just come in to look to steal Frenkie de Jong from out underneath of us. Because, well, let's face it, he is a good player. Thinking about how Pep Guardiola sort of plays and who he might be interested in, it does make sense that Frenkie would be on his list. And then also with outgoing players they got this summer, and just the investment that they've made already. I mean, it's not, to them, they could go and sign another big player like this because they've got that huge money. I mean, I know they've got to watch the financials a little bit now because they're being super investigated, I suppose. Or not investigated, but they're being watched. They're being super watched with all the accusations and everything that's been thrown around. So, you know, and also there's even some sort of possibility of the Bernardo Silva situation where Barca are understood to really want Bernardo Silva and Xavi wants him. And so there's some sort of talks potentially that could have gone on there. But it doesn't seem like it's the case. We have a report here this evening that says that City have no interest in Frenkie de Jong and player exchange deals with Barca for Bernardo Silva are ruled out. Barca are fully convinced they will be able to sign Bernardo Silva, though. And this has been told to the player and George Mendes. But in regards to Frenkie, you know, they don't hold that interest there for whatever reason, it seems, which is good for us. But is there a bit of a concern? I have a little bit of a concern about this in some ways. Why does no other bastard want Frenkie de Jong? Can somebody tell me that, please? Why does nobody else want him, guys? Why are none of these other top teams want him? If he is available for 70 million and he's worth that, why doesn't anybody else want Frenkie de Jong? It's a little bit of a concern, I suppose. I mean, wages is a good one, and he's very expensive, I guess. But, you know, again, do we really want to be in a situation where we're paying players who are coming in for big money who don't even necessarily want to leave their current club and paying them 350 grand a week? I thought we were over those days, really. I thought we were supposed to be restructuring the whole wages at the club when we're not playing players over inflated prices like that. So, you know, it's not the perfect one, is it? But the wages, you guys are probably right in regards to the wages. That probably will be what's stopping it for most teams. Simply, it's 350k or 200, even if it's 250k a week that he's being paid. That's a shitload of cash, and a lot of teams won't be able to pay it. Overrated, says Dutch Christ. A bit fishy, says Big Bear. I know, but you would think that there's still teams that can afford his wages, though. City can afford his wages. PSG could afford his wages. You know, there are some teams that could afford his wages, but they're still not interested in him. I'm just highlighting it because it is a factor. Like, you would think if he was all that awesome, you know, that these guys would want to go and get him. Look, to be fair, we know De Jong's a very good player. But do you want, is it a case of these clubs around the world going, well, this guy doesn't even want to leave Barca, so... Oh dear. Okay, let's get in the live chat, my friends. We're expecting a newer, fresh approach for Frenkie. Come on. Yes, we've been talking about this for a fucking week now. Get in there. New fresh bid incoming. Let's go. Come on, guys. Let's go fucking mental. Let's get hyped up. A new fresh bid incoming, allegedly. We'll see. Hopefully it comes very soon. Anyway, right, let's get in the live chat. I'm going to have a Q&A with you legends now. Thank you all for watching the stream tonight. Do us a big favor, drop that like. We're at 200 likes. Dana, break out the red panties. It's red panty night. The live chat's got us 200 likes. Guys, thank you for dropping a thumbs up button, everyone. Okay, now it's hot in here, guys. I'm sweating like Phil Jones on holiday right now, guys. I'm moist. Bloody hell. It's muggy tonight, isn't it? It's very Harry Maguire-y tonight. It's very muggy tonight, guys. 200 likes. Thank you, Rushman, and thank you, everyone. Do you know what, JA? I'm probably not going to do FIFA tonight, mate. I'm going to have a night off FIFA and come back at it fresh with a new approach and an eagerness tomorrow, mate, rather than burn myself out with that shit game tonight again. I'm good, thank you. Adam Pipe says, hi, mate, you okay? Tell me your 5 players you would like to see United this summer. Okay, so realistically, if I could only sign 5 players, I would get Christian Eriksen on a free transfer. I would sign a centre-back, and I would like to get Jurriën Timber personally, but if not him, then I would settle for Pau Torres, or I guess this Martinez guy as option C. And then as a midfield, we've got to get De Jong now because he's Ten Hag's guy. And then, in my opinion, we should get another midfielder. I would highlight Ruben Neves as being an amazing signing for us, or Tielemans. Next up, we've got Antony, which would be a good acquisition, I think, as a winger. Young 22-year-old Brazilian vibes. Very exciting. Not a huge amount of money. Ten Hag relationship there already. Perfect. Ticks a lot of the boxes. Shouldn't be a transfer that's capable of going too wrong, in my opinion. I mean, there's always a risk. And then, and that's pretty much it. That's it. So to narrow it down to just one player in each position, I would get in, well, also Dumfries would be nice as well, or a right back, to be fair, or a wing back. But Dumfries would be nice, to be fair. But just, I would be happy as long as we got, say, Pau Torres or Timber, De Jong and Tielemans, Antony. That's basically all we need, guys. And Eriksen. Antony and Eriksen. That's basically all we need. We would be light in the forward areas, but we've got Cristiano Ronaldo. We'll have Rashford and Martial and these guys backing him up. We should be okay for one season to be able to manage with that as our forward players, I think. Super chat. Oh, sorry, I missed the super chat here. Let's go and get back and look at this, guys. Sorry, forgive me. Let's go and see what I've missed. We have a super chat. Thank you, Jonathan Gallagher. It's from Marky Harris. Mark Harris with another one, mate. Thank you, Mark Harris, for the super chat story in this show tonight. He's been going absolutely ham. Can we get a pig emoji in there for Mark Harris? De Jong is Van der Beek 2.0. Foot them both off and move on. You know what? You're not a big fan of these Dutch midfielders, are you there, to be fair, Marky Harris? Look, I have to disagree with you a bit here because I think he's a very good technical player. And this is what I want at Man United. This is what I've always been crying out for, is more technical players. I'm not bothered about having the biggest, strongest team or, having the fastest players. I want a team of good ballers, of good technical players, of intelligent players, of players who can pass it around, keep on the ball, control it, unlock defenses with their passes and are more technical. That's the sort of teams that I like and want us to emulate. And if you look at Man United back in the day with players like, Scholesy in there as well, and technical players, and of course you had Giggsy and Becks and these sorts of guys. That's the sort of midfield we should be trying to aspire towards, having that sort of those actual quality level players who are all great creators, who are all great passers as well, who are all great all different attributes, but they're all technically very good. That's what we should be trying to get towards, more technical players. We've got too many players who are just athletes, or too many players who are just, just runners, really. Think about Rashford. Rashford's a bit of a headless chicken, isn't he? He's quick, he's physically good, but is he the best when it comes to technical ability? He's actually pretty good technically, but he just haven't shown it this season. But he's not like, he's a bit of a headless chicken sometimes, isn't he? And then also, you just think, it's just good to have technical players in the team. I think De Jong is a very technical player, and he would be good to control the midfield for us. Donny in says, Daryl, and you're doing Donny dirty there, Marky Harris. Come on, give him a chance now. We haven't seen enough from Donny yet. Imagine being Donny. Donny's come in. He's like the new kid in school, and nobody wants to play with him. It's like he's just sat in the corner all term long, and he speaks a different language. Nobody's talking to him. I feel sorry for Donny van de Beek. We need to put our arm around Donny and give him a few games, mate. That's what we need to do. See if he is actually any good. Sports Fervor says, this is the last transfer window to get it right, or it's 20 years without a Prem title, says Sports Fervor. Hey, maybe so. Maybe so. You've got to give this new guy the chance to, Here we go. Let's have a look at this. So we got a bit of news from Fabrizio Romano again, who's given us another tweet this evening. Let's see what the latest news is here then, guys. So as we can see, we've got another update, and it reads, Frenkie de Jong deal, new bid hasn't been submitted. This is just tweeted now. Frenkie de Jong deal. Thank you, Rushminer, for sending that through, boss. Frenkie de Jong deal. New bid hasn't been submitted yet, but Manchester United will be ready soon with a fresh proposal to Barcelona, as reported on Sunday. Talks into key stages between the two clubs. Antony, another name discussed internally. Full focus on Frenkie now. So, as we've mentioned, still working on Antony, still thinking about that, still discussing that, still an option for us. But De Jong is the main focus of who we're trying to get in at the moment, clearly. Nice one. So, the new bid hasn't been submitted yet, guys. Just to clarify, no new bid. No new bid, guys. Absolutely gash. There's no new bid, folks. But, there's expected to be a bid soon. So there you go. He's still, United are ready soon with a fresh offer. That's what he's saying. And that's what we've said for the last few days. And that's what we're hoping and expecting for. So it's just a matter of time, guys, until we hear a little bit more on Frenkie de Jong. Could be tomorrow. Could be a week from now. It depends on the negotiations and how sort they go in terms of verbal negotiations. And then if they table a good offer, then hopefully it'll be accepted. Exactly, John Jordan. Give Donny 10 games in a row before you can call him crap. He needs that. He's barely had a run. Yeah, he's been coming in doing a bit part job, while players like McTominay have been given game time. Shocking stuff, really. Thank you, Rushman. Says, subscribe to the channel. ZX Fane says, Pig, if we get a Here We Go this week, can you please make a Harry Maguire song? I could probably make a Harry Maguire song pretty easy, mate, to be fair. Just call it Captain Slabo. And, it writes itself. Honey Badger says, who knew all you had to do was get a meeting with Richard Arnold was say, we're protesting at your house. John Jordan, it's Manchester United, not Blackpool, says Jonathan Gallagher. What did John Jordan say? Give Donny, you know what? Jonathan Gallagher, you're harsh, mate, on Donny. You've been a Donny van de Beek hater since day one, mate. You've got a Donny van de Beek agenda, lad. Something about you don't like about Donny van de Beek, man. Don't know what it is. I think maybe you went on holiday to the Netherlands when you were a kid and you put a pair of wooden clogs on and you fell down and hurt your elbow or something, mate. Something wrong with you, mate. You don't like Donny, do you? You don't like Donny, do you? No, just kidding. Can we have some Slabby Maguire merch, says the Cake Cadet? Oh, holy shit. I don't know about that, bud. Maybe just a breeze block on a t-shirt. Say No More Gov says, I like the stream. Have you? Thank you, Say No More Gov. 212 legends have liked the stream, so I want to say thank you to you guys for hitting that like button. Madhouse says, Jonathan is spot on, Piggy. Maybe so, but only time will tell. Donny's not been given the chances yet. I will defy anybody to say that he has. He hasn't. He's had a few game time. We talked about his minutes that he had on the pitch for Ollie. It was like 90 minutes for the whole fucking season. That's not fair, is it? The clogs, yeah. No worries, Rajat Valation, man. Thank you for watching, bro. Benjamin Bessemer says, Piggy, how are you doing, Benjamin, you legend? Hope you're having a good night tonight. I'm not playing FIFA tonight, sorry ways. Night off for me, bud. Night off for me. IQ Insane says, we're counting every penny for the new bid. Barca will reject, of course. Then we will come back with a new bid in August. That would be horrendous. Right at the end of the window. Save a few million quid, but we're already been on the tour and come back by then. Maguire to Birmingham, says Johnny. Now you're talking. Yeah. United will never be the same. Can't keep youth team coaches anymore, says ZE. Well, I mean, we've got obviously Ten Hag's come in with his Mitchell van der Gaag right now. They're going to implement the right staff in the place over the next couple of years to develop the team in a similar sort of way, I guess, as what they've seen at Ajax. That's what I'm expecting. That's why he's also a good signing from that point of view as a manager, because he's overseen as well that whole the methodology of Ajax and how they develop players, the youth recruitment network, all that sort of stuff. Sports Further says it's not easy to play when in a relegation battle. People just have agenda. Donny is a baller. Exactly, mate. You know, give him a chance. He's good on the ball. I can see with my own eyes. I don't need people to tell me that he's gash or not. I can see my own eyes. He's technically good on the ball. He's got good range of passing. He's got good vision. He's comfortable on the ball. He protects the ball well. He's not physical. He's not a defender. He's not, but he does get stuck in. I actually think he's got all the attributes that a team like Man United under Ten Hag would want. Hey, good night there, Scott Berg. Thank you for watching the channel, you Don. Rushy says Timber needs to prove OG wrong, otherwise he doesn't have the mentality we want. So true. That shouldn't be enough to stop him from wanting to come to United, to the Premier League. Jarvis Cocker says 260 likes. Let's do it. 250. Thank you so much, Jarvis, man. What's that then, man? Like Ryan, dude. 215 likes. Thanks for the update, Piggy. As always, no worries, Nas. No worries at all. Youth coaches, one went to Salford, the other to Brentford. That's how bad this club is, says Sim. Right. Ollie treated Donny like Moyes did. Zaha says Honey Badger. Hey, yo, Michael Day. How are you doing today, my friend? You don't want bang average players at our team, 35 million, whereas the return being for value, Pig. Jonathan, he hasn't had a chance to give us return on his value, mate. Crikey, it's like buying a house and then not living in it for fucking 18 months. You don't know if it's a good house yet because you haven't been living there, mate. Come on. Donny van der Beek has not had opportunities at Man United. He hasn't. Not a fair crack in the team. He's never had a run of 5 games ever. He's had 1 game here and there, then out of the team. He's come on for 5 minutes in the game here, then out of the team. He's never had a run in the team, not once, mate. So I'm sorry to say, I'm fully prepared to give Donny a good chance to see if he can be the player that wins. I'll make a personal bet with you now, Jonathan Gallagher, lad. You know how much I hate fucking Marmite. I'll eat a Marmite sandwich if Donny van der Beek has a terrible season like the previous 2 seasons. Okay, now it's hard to just define the parameters of this. I'm saying he's going to have a decent to good season. There you go. I've called it now. I've called it now, mate. Now what? What's your forfeit, bud? Vincent says, okay, show, guys. Yeah, bang average show. Bang average show. Bright maybe says, we need 8 players. Yeah, it's not an exciting show. There's no exciting stuff to get into, unfortunately. Nice one, Josh Lee. Pig players have to earn to play, says you have to earn to play, says Jonathan Gannon. Yeah, true. Yeah, true. Guess what? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer didn't play Donny van der Beek and didn't really give him any chances. And when Donny did come in and play well, he was dropped. Guys, I remember Donny van der Beek coming in and having a really good half against... who was it in the Champions League? We did so short. Was it Young Boys? Was it Young Boys? I don't know. Look, not a great team or anything. But he's come in. Actually, no, he did shit against Young Boys. Sorry. But in another game, he did really, 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 really well. He played really well for 45 minutes, I remember. And then next game, back on the bench, So he doesn't really he earn to play. Well, what does he have to do to earn to play? I think he's got to be given chances first. Needs to be given a chance, says Scarboy. You just bought a jar of Marmite. It's disgusting, says Simpson. I hate it, mate. Mitesh L says, Pig, you're absolutely right. Called it correctly. Thank you, Mitesh. Hope you're good as well, bud. He said he remembers something he clearly doesn't remember, says El Professor. Donny came on against... I did say that, didn't I? Donny came on against Watford and bossed it and scored 2. Yeah, that was Ollie's last game, wasn't it? Yeah, he did do well there. Just can't take another season of McFred, says IQ. Spot on. Good evening, Dark Knight 22. One of the channel member Dons. What's going on? Evening, Pig. Just got in from work. What have I missed? So basically, we've got a new bid. You can see that Fabrizio Romano update. There's a new bid expected to be coming from Man United soon. There's also a bid expected to be coming for Lisandro Martinez, centre back at Ajax. We're still also discussing Anthony internally. Julian Timber is hanging on by a thread. That still might be an outside chance, but realistically, he's probably going to want to stay at Ajax. And there's reports of a new contract being ready for him there. What else have we missed? Oh, yeah, David Raum is a left-back in the German league that's being linked to a move to United. Potentially, there's supposed to be some interest we have there. Denzel Dumfries is a right-back playing for Inter, of course, who we've also supposed to have an interest in. So these are a few new reports and stories that have come out. That's basically the latest transfer update, really. There's no FIFA tonight, Man United Hodge. Sorry to disappoint, guys. I'm going to have the night off FIFA. I smashed out 40 games over Foot Champs over the weekend. I'm a bit burnt out. I'm going to take the night off it and come back at it fresh tomorrow. Josie was right about everything, says Honey Badger. In a lot of ways, he was. Good evening, Charlie Anthony. How's you doing? Vincent says, Pig, if we play Donny scores, you have to eat Marmite sandwich live on the channel. If you don't, then you have to eat a battered Mars bar. Something like that. We'll work something out, Vincent. Yeah. You sure you saw some Vegemite in Morrison's earlier? Oh, I've never tried that Social 99. I imagine it's rancid as well. Thursday, ZX Flames will probably do GTA, my man. Watch the Pogmentary and do a reaction video. Oh, man, do you reckon that'll probably get quite a bit of views, actually? But I don't want to. Sybam says, if we get Martinez, do you think we'll play him at CDM or one of Varane or Maguire dropped? I think Maguire dropped. That's what I think, Sybam. I mean, yeah, he can play at DM as well, but he is probably going to be brought in to be a centre-back for us. But you're absolutely right. He can play a defensive mid job as well. So you never know. It might be mixed up a bit. New Bet FC. Thomas Yates says Donny deserves to have a chance. Agreed. Smash a one in the live chat if you agree with Thomas Yates that Donny deserves to have a chance. Okay, nice. Watching Jurassic Park and going to old school. Watching Jurassic Park. Nice. That's a classic. You're going to bet Piggy Donny won't make more than 10 contributions next season. That includes goals and assists, says Kate Cadet. Okay, I'll take that bet. What are you talking about in all competitions here? I'll take that bet in all competitions. Definitely. I will. I'll take that bet. I'll tell you how many he got this season. Probably about, actually I won't, but it's probably like bloody 2 or something, you know. Lots of ones coming in the live chat. A few 2s, people who doubt Donny. Donny, better player than Maguire, says Batman Night Fan. Well, that's not hard, is it, though, mate? I walked past a fucking bollard earlier and it's better player. Guys, we're going to have to pretty much wrap this video up. I've just seen the time. We've been on here for a long time. We're going to turn into a pumpkin soon. Thank you, everyone, for watching. We've got 221 likes. That's amazing. 245 watching. Can we get 245 likes? Is there a few of you legends out there who have not hit the like button? Please do smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, and all that good stuff as well. Nice one. Thank you, Jonathan Gallagher. You've bet me Donny has a shit season, less than 10 goals and 10 assists. Mate, so you're telling me if Donny got 9 goals and 9 assists, you think that's a shit season? That'd be a decent season, then. We'll thrash it out. Yeah, probably should do a podcast, mate. We'll figure it out. Johnny M says, excellent stream. Thank you, Johnny, for watching, mate. Thank you, Jack Newman, for getting in here. Bright Mavis, Honey Badger, Johnny Gowes, Johnny M, Rajat, ZX Flames as well. Sub to Flying Pig United, you Don. Oh, shit, yes, I need to unblock the guy. I'll do that in a minute. Thank you. Naz786, IQ Insane, Manhouse, Sim, Sleeping Dragon, The Hoop Man, Top Man, Jarvis Cocker, thank you, bud. John Jordan, Sizey Bam, Charlie Anthony with a super chat at the end. Thank you so much for the super chat. Legend, thank you, Charlie. Can we get a sue in the chat for Charlie? Thank you, bud. Legend, mate. You have a cracking night, Charlie. Thank you very much for that. CZ Bam, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but he says, first time watching you and have now subbed. Great stuff. Thank you for subscribing. You know it makes sense. Do what CZ Bam's done there. CZ Bam, sorry. And hit that subscribe button. We're on here every day giving you the latest United updates as and when they come in. Thank you, Charlie, mate. Thank you, Honey Badger, Kate Cadet, Man Like Ryan, Rajat, Amit Kumar, F the Man as well, another legend, Johnny Gowes, Jarvis Cocker, the Hoot Man, Madhouse, Dutch Christ, Thomas Yates, FIFA Gamer, Rush Marno, and everybody else. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. That's the end of the show. Come back after it's finished and get your thoughts and opinions and comments in about anything we've discussed on this video today. And just thank you for watching. Take care. Have a great evening. There's no FIFA tonight, but I'll be back on tomorrow with all the United news in the day. Also, daily update for FIFA over on the gaming channel tomorrow in the afternoon. Flying Pig Gaming is the name of the channel. Also, we'll be back on with the evening FIFA as well. So, see you later on, guys. Thank you, Man Like Ryan as well. Naz, Mortis, Susan, Lively Sue. Have a great day. Thank you, Susan. Thank you, Man Like Ryan, and everyone else as well. Thank you for tuning in. Guys, thank you for watching. Have a good night. We'll be back at it tomorrow with the latest news in regards to De Jong, Eriksen, Martinez, and everybody else as well. Stay classy, and we'll catch you very soon. Follow us on social media as well at Flying Pig United on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and check out the website UnitedFlyingHigh.com. Oh, nice one. Adam Merrifield says, buyer from Bradford. Quality man. Going down Bradford on tram, lad. Get in there, Adam Merrifield. Thank you for getting in from Bradford. We got a super chat from Kate Cadet just before we end. 22, 23 merch. Please, Piggy, make it happen. What, you want Harry Maguire merch? You're sick in the head, Kate Cadet, lad. We'll see. Man like Ryan. Okay, well, we'll have to verify that first, mate. Obviously, I mean, you know, we'll have to verify it. It sounds like BS to me, but not going to lie. Anyway, thank you very much, though. But we'll see. We'll give you the report tomorrow, and we'll do some research. Obviously, we've got to have these sources verified, mate. So that's what we do on this channel. We don't talk about anything until there is a decent basis for it, lad. Right then. Yeah, Rushy says it's not verified. There you go. Rush Mano's the goat around here. He's the transfer don. He knows the business. He keeps me in the loop. Once again, follow transfers_UTD on Twitter, which is Rush Mano's Twitter account if you want actual, you know, good up-to-date news in regards to updates for your United transfer window. So thank you, Rush Mano, for confirming that. Everyone else as well. Have a great night. That's going to be it then. Stay classy and we'll catch you tomorrow. Have a good one, guys. Sleep well. And come on, United. Sort your bloody lives out. I say sleep well to you guys, but not to Man United's recruitment team. They should be working around the clock trying to get these deals in. Sort it out, you bunch of slow melts. Slabby Maguire snail pace melts. Bye, guys. Have a good one. That's the end of the show, and we'll be back with more news tomorrow. Sleep well. And soon.